Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks everyone for joining us this morning and welcome to San Francisco. What you just saw on that video was the opening of our latest store in Westlake, China. It's in Hangzhou, China. It is an incredible place and it's a gorgeous new design. The architecture is amazing with a cantilevered second floor. It's absolutely breathtaking and it's the perfect place to experience our products. Open, bright, and of course with a great team, and this is the way we love to see our stores. With wonderful customers and an amazing team, these stores are really brought to life. They are the heart and soul of our retail team. Now, we are really proud to have this fantastic new home in China. We've actually opened 6 stores in China in the last 6 weeks alone. We now have 21 stores in China, and we have a very aggressive plan to be at 40 by mid-next year. We now have 453 stores in 16 countries. These are the best place to discover and explore products and get world-class support. And that's the reason that over 120 million customers visited our stores last quarter. This is phenomenal. So that's a very brief update on retail. I am so incredibly proud of our retail team and all of the great things that they do for our customers. Now, we've got a few more reasons for you to visit those stores today. And so I'm going to hop right into that. And I'm going to start with Apple TV. Now, customers love to stream their favorite movies, their favorite TV shows, their photos, their music to the big screen. We're offering content from all of the leading content providers, and we're adding more and more each day. You've probably noticed this if you're an Apple TV user. Now, of all the great channels that we have on Apple TV, there's one in particular I'd like to talk about this morning, and that is HBO. We love HBO. Over the years, they have created groundbreaking shows that have really become a part of our culture and helped shape our culture. Shows like The Sopranos, shows like Entourage, and of course, Sex and the City. And coming next month on April 12th, it's the return of Veep and Silicon Valley. And of course, one of our favorites, Game of Thrones. Today, we've got the CEO of HBO, Richard Plepler, joining us. He's a friend of ours, and he's got some exciting news about HBO. Richard? Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of all of us at HBO, let me return your compliment by saying that we love Apple and all the extraordinary products which have captured the imagination of many people all over the world. We are thrilled to be here this morning to announce our standalone streaming service, HBO Now, and we couldn't be prouder that Apple is our exclusive partner at launch. When you subscribe to HBO Now, you will have access to all our acclaimed original programming, past, present, and future, as well as our unmatched lineup of Hollywood blockbusters. All you need to get HBO Now is a broadband connection and an Apple device. There will be brand new HBO Now channel on Apple TV so you can enjoy HBO on the big screen, and you can watch HBO on your iPhones and iPads as well. We will introduce our new product in early April for $14.99 a month, and if you subscribe in April, you will get the first month free and have it in time for the April 12th premiere of our global phenomenon, Game of Thrones. As Tim mentioned earlier, HBO is known for great content. So I thought that it would be fun for this room and for those watching to have an exclusive look at a brand new Game of Thrones trailer to give you a feel for what I promise will be an extraordinary new season. This is a transformative moment for HBO, and we are so excited to introduce HBO Now to all of you today. Thank you very much. Enjoy the trailer.
Lannister, Baratheon, Stark, Tyrell. They're all just spokes on a wheel. This one's on top, then that one's on top, and on it spins, crushing those on the ground. I'm not going to stop the wheel. I'm going to break the wheel.
Stannis Baratheon has an army at Castle Black. He means to take the north.
This is the time, and I will risk everything. Winter is coming. We know what's coming with it.
We can learn to live with the wildlings, or we can add them to the army of the dead.
You are the few, we are the many.
We serve the gods, and the gods demand justice.
Clean this city out, so the rats have nowhere left to hide.
I am a queen, not a butcher.
All rulers are either butchers or meat.
It's incredibly cool. That is the Game of Thrones and HBO Now. Richard, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and thank you for premiering your incredible service on our products. Now, Apple TV has become the category leader. We've sold over 25 million units just so far, and it's got a very attractive entry-level price of $99. But today, we would like to make it even more accessible for more people so they can take advantage of this great new content. So we are lowering the price today to $69. So if you don't have one yet, now's the time. That's Apple TV will reinvent the way that you watch television, and this is just the beginning. Next up is iPhone. iPhone not only created a category, it created a benchmark by which all other smartphones are measured. iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus are widely considered the best smartphones in the world. Recently, we sold our 700 millionth iPhone. Now, iPhone is growing stronger than ever. And in fact, if you look at last quarter, we sold at a rate of double, the rate of growth of double the industry. This is phenomenal for business this big to be growing by 50%. This propelled iPhone to be the top-selling smartphone in the world. But we are most proud of this. a customer sat score of 99% for iPhone 6 and 6 Plus. These numbers are unheard of. Now, one of the great new features that our customers love about the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus is Apple Pay. Apple Pay has forever changed the way we pay for things, and it's gotten off to the most amazing start and has enormous momentum. We started with just 6 banks in the US. They were the largest banks. It was a fantastic start. But now we have over 2,500 banks supporting Apple Pay. We started with a great list of retailer partners. But now, in just 3 months later, we've tripled the number of locations that are accepting Apple Pay to nearly 700,000 across the US. And one of the really cool and convenient places that has come up out of Apple Pay are vending machines. Coca-Cola now has 40,000 of these in the US and plans to have 100,000 by the end of the year. So if you're like me, you've stood in front of those machines too many times trying to uncrinkle your dollar bill and get it to be recognized. Those days are over. That is Apple Pay forever changing the way we pay for things. Now, when we announced iPhone was a revolutionary mobile phone. It was the best iPod we'd ever created. And it was the internet right in your pocket. But now, it does so much more. We never leave home without it. And for the vast majority of us, it's never more than an arm's length away. And iPhone is continuing to transform even more parts of our lives. CarPlay is changing the way that we use iPhone in our car. And I'm pleased to announce today that now every major car brand has committed to delivering CarPlay. And there will be more than 40 new models of cars shipping by the end of this year. This is only a year after we announced CarPlay. It's unbelievable momentum. HomeKit is changing the way we control our devices at home. And we're working with the leading automation companies, many of which announced that their products will support HomeKit at CES, and even more will roll out through the year. Now, perhaps the most profound change and positive impact that iPhone will make is on our health. There are already over 900 incredible apps that help you manage and track your health and fitness. But we have always wanted to make the biggest difference we could make. And as we worked on HealthKit, we came across an even broader impact that iPhone could make. And that is on medical research. And to tell you all about this, I'd like to invite Jeff Williams up. Jeff?
Thanks, Tim. I know medical research is not what you were expecting, but let me explain. When we were working on HealthKit, we talked to a lot of medical experts, and the conversation often turned to research and some of the challenges they face in a process that really hasn't changed in decades, and we thought we could help. One of the biggest challenges researchers have is recruiting. They often have to pay people to participate, which, by the way, doesn't give you the best cross-section of the population. But the bigger issue is small sample sizes, sometimes 50 to 100 people, which limits our understanding of diseases. Another issue is subjective data. The most common way to assess Parkinson's is to have a patient walk in front of a physician, and the physician rates them on a scale of 0 to 4. I think that's a 2. Yet another issue is the frequency of data. Researchers often get snapshots of data through time, like that quarterly trip to the doctor's office. But we all know that the reality is disease symptoms ebb and flow daily and sometimes hourly. But perhaps the most significant challenge is the communication flow. When you participate in a study, you often don't hear back until the very end of the study, if at all. We looked at these problems and we saw an opportunity to help. There are hundreds of millions of iPhone users out there, many of whom would gladly contribute if it were just easier to do so. So today, we're proud to announce ResearchKit. ResearchKit is a software framework made specifically for medical research. It lets researchers easily create apps, and it turns iPhone and HealthKit into powerful diagnostic tools. Now, we didn't build it on our own. We've been working with experts from these institutions for the past year, and together we've built the first 5 apps, each targeted at some of the world's most serious diseases. Let me give you an example. Parkinson's. We worked with the University of Rochester, Chunhua Hospital, and Sage Bionetworks to create Empower. Now, anyone with an iPhone can contribute to Parkinson's research. It's easy to sign up. You just do it right on the phone. And the app turns iPhone into a diagnostic tool. Let me give you an example. There's a quick tapping test that evaluates hand tremors. Or you can say "ah" into the microphone, and the processor will detect minute vocal cord variations that assesses the level of Parkinson's. And remember that walk test? Now all you have to do is stick your iPhone in your pocket, walk out 20 steps and back, and the accelerometer and gyroscope precisely measure gait. And you can do that anywhere, not just in the doctor's office. Thanks, guys. The app also pulls data from HealthKit, like your activity data from your Apple Watch, from your iPhone, or other devices. Researchers believe that exercise can affect the symptoms of Parkinson's, but some believe that exercise may actually slow or even halt the progression of Parkinson's. And now researchers get a chance to look at that data. But here's the best part. The user sees this right on his or her phone, empowering them to understand and possibly influence their health long before a research study is concluded. So that's just Parkinson's. For diabetes, we worked with Mass General on an app that looks at behavior and glucose levels. For cardiovascular disease, we've worked with Stanford Medicine and the University of Oxford on an app that looks at heart health. For asthma, we've worked with Mount Sinai on an app that the purpose of this is to see if a mobile app can help a patient manage their asthma. Now this one's available throughout the US, but they're doing something really neat in New York City in phase 2. Mount Sinai is giving away some spirometers and Bluetooth inhalers for data accuracy. And then they've teamed up with Cornell Medical College, and they're actually swabbing city surfaces throughout New York City to look for pathogens. And then the iPhone, the GPS coordinates from the iPhone, will compare to exacerbations from the spirometer data, and then map that to the pathogen map and try to tie all of that together to understand what the triggers are for asthma. That's just cool. And for breast cancer, there's been amazing progress in the treatment of breast cancer over the past couple of decades. And as a result, there are more and more survivors who often suffer with symptoms post-treatment that are not well understood. So this app is targeted at all of those brave women, hoping to help them live a better day. Now, let's talk about something really, really important. There is nothing more sensitive than your medical data. You decide what apps you participate in, what research you participate in. You decide how your data is shared, and Apple will not see your data. We're really excited about ResearchKit, but we thought it'd be great if you heard from the people who've been working with it.
I've spent a large part of my career focused on a number of different diseases, from obesity, diabetes, heart disease, Alzheimer's, and one of the problems has really been around our ability to understand what's actually going on in those diseases.
The key to understanding health and disease is research and data. What all researchers want is measured, quantitative, objective data.
Well, up until now, when somebody wanted to do a research study, they might, put up a bunch of flyers around and hope somebody comes along and tears off the phone number. Methods for conducting medical research haven't really changed in decades.
We have sent out over 60,000 letters. Those 60,000 letters have netted 305 women.
We really do need to transform how we do research, and the iPhone, with an ability to collect data, could be a powerful tool for research.
ResearchKit is a framework. It's a framework that enables medical researchers to more easily design the apps that they're going to use for clinical studies.
We're talking about trying to change the scale of the amount of data that you can collect. Going from data that might be collected, say, once every 3 months, to data that's collected, say, once every second.
The iPhone's being carried now by millions of people all over the world. So to think that this device that you use to check your mail or Facebook can be used to battle disease is really simply amazing.
The concept that I could kick out a survey to patients every day, every week, that would show up on their phone and would actually improve their health.